Hello and welcome to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar. In this video we'll be considering the poems that fit into obsessional love as a theme in the AQA Love and Relationships cluster. But for now, let's define obsessional love. It is an unhealthy infatuation with dangerous desire and passion within it. The poems that fit the bill within the AQA collection are The Farmer's Bride by Charlotte Mew and Porphyria's Lover by Robert Browning. Both of these poems are dramatic monologues, and we get the sense of obsession from the speaker who holds court with their views. And we also find we never get the opinion of the other person, be it the bride in The Farmer's Bride or Porphyria, who's obviously strangled in Browning's poem. So first up, Farmer's Bride by Charlotte Mew shares with us a speaker who seems totally frustrated about his wife's understanding of her role as his wife and his role as her husband. When at the end of a stanza, towards the end of the poem, he says, "But what to me?" Ultimately, we realise he feels really underwhelmed by her role being played out fully. Victorian readers at the time would have expected the husband, in this case the farmer, to control his wife and may have understood his frustrations as legitimate. But when we read the quote, "But what to me?" it seems rather aggressive. Additionally, by the end of the next stanza, we learn, "What's Christmas time without there be some other in the house than we?" By ending in questions, we really get the sense of internal conflict that he has with this idea. The speaker wants children and is frustrated that this can't happen at the moment. This idea that Christmas is a time with others than just them. But more than that, he has quite a predatory approach to children. Maybe it's because they can't consummate their marriage, because she doesn't want to give that part of herself to him. But other and we seems quite a clinical way to describe the exciting times of potentially starting a family. More than anything, by using a dramatic monologue, Mew presents for us a stream of conscious narrative, where we get to see the alarming thoughts of our speaker. And as readers, we want to know, what will he do next and how will he deal with his frustrations? Well, by the final stanza, we really see his frustrations at breaking point. We understand the manic language. His sexual frustration leads his language to become fragmented and monosyllabic. By simply talking about the soft young down of her, the brown of her, her eyes, her hair, it seems incredibly focused on exactly where the insecurity in his frustrations lie, in his inability to live out his sexual urges. The reader knows from this that this is an unhealthy obsession that he has, and the fact that he's referring so explicitly to her parts refers more specifically to how he's objectified her. More than anything, the half rhyme of her hair and the monosyllabic style with which his utterances have turned to emphasises how much it is breaking him. We wonder what he'll do next. Ultimately, a Victorian reader would know he was able to pursue his obsession until he got what he wanted. Yet it leaves us feeling quite harrowed and sad for the consequences of his obsession. Perhaps Mew includes this to talk about, well, a real intention could be the divide in society at the time, where women are voiceless and men hold so much power within marriage. Robert Browning's Porphyria's Lover echoes a similar sentiment of obsession from a male speaker who dominates, not only because it's a dramatic monologue, but ultimately because of their unhealthy thought process. In the case of Browning's speaker here, he has got away with murder. He has just strangled Porphyria with her own hair. But here we see just how much possession matters to the speaker. He says, "That moment she was mine, fair, perfectly pure and good." Instantly, the repetition of that possessive pronoun, mine, accentuates his obsession and how unhealthy it is. We also get this ominous precision with which he recounts that moment. It heightens almost how proud he is of what he has done. The alliteration of the P sound with perfectly pure juxtaposes the evil and villainy behind what he's done by asphyxiating her against the innocence of this woman. Now, we don't know if Porphyria is in fact a prostitute or his lover on the sidelines, but Porphyria as a term means madness. And it suggests he is dangerously excited and thrilled by this experience when he says perfectly pure. It's scandalous. Towards the end of the poem, though, we realise that it's is used 4 times. And to me, it's as if he's dehumanising her. Once she's dead, he's objectified Porphyria as a thing, not a person. For us, it proves that the obsession here is about power and control, rather than true love. As if that weren't enough, it's affirmed further when he says, blushed bright beneath my burning kiss. It's alliterative in quite a beautiful way, blushed bright beneath burning. It proves to me he's an absolute megalomaniac. He's talking about control in the moments when she's dying. Blushed bright, her face is going red. And he's claiming because he is kissing her. No, actually, he's accentuating further the lack of remorse he has. He relives that moment of his asphyxiating her as a moment to be proud of, that he's joyous over, and that she was thrilled by. He's implying with burning kiss that he made her blush, whereas we all know it's because he's strangling her. Victorian readers would perhaps judge the woman more brutally, ironically, because she was his lover. But perhaps Browning here is calling into question this voice who believes that God has not yet said a word. Obsession is definitely seen as far more unhealthy than the infatuation we see in poems like Sonnet 29. Our judgment call as readers is to what extent we can accept the speaker we read about. Why not subscribe to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar?